month.
Actually,
That's
wicked.
pretty cool, I guess.
What is
Thanks
this?
for the content, man. I do genuinely appreciate it. Smile, xqcl.
What's up, man?
Desire men, we just be horny. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna text these girls a DM or whatever they do on OnlyFans, because I get my OnlyFans off of Reddit. I bootleg the OnlyFans. I don't.
That's a basic man. If I just wanna.
He wants to bootleg OnlyFans.
This is a basic man. What the fuck?
For just desire.
Reddit's where it's at.
We just be horny.
Guys, Reddit has had the juice for years though. Even before OnlyFans though, Reddit had the juice though. You just gotta get to the good Reddit. I don't want to say this, make this stream weird, okay? But Reddit has juice. You just gotta get like a bunch of things you're subscribed to, or whatever, and you get juice. And even if you were to get some OF, it's still on Reddit.
You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna text these girls a DM or whatever they do on OnlyFans, because I get my OnlyFans off of Reddit. I bootleg the OnlyFans. I don't. So
that's fucking wicked. Do you want to big in it? My OBS is kind of small, so I can't. Okay, there you go.
Introducing. Give me that. Here I am with the Legend of Zelda.
Battlefield, guys, add to food chat, guys, I'm starving. I didn't eat a single meal all day, okay? So I'm gonna be not react, I'm just gonna be literally just eating.
Boy here just wanted to support the content. xQc.
Okay, dude. It is that, yeah.
He controlled most sectors on the battlefield. One of our objectives is under attack. New supply drop ready.
So bad.
Stop! Watch out!
That's nuts! Yeah. Guys, I told you. My aim isn't bad. The hit range sucks. When it registers. Wow. You guys, he's running for help. Dude.
Off prayer, this could kill Manx when it registered. Manx. Off prayer, this could kill Manx when it registered. Manx.
when it registers. Look, they know it's lagging. Look!
It's on the back burner now. Needs to hit a V-less spec big. 17 gets his one back. Off prayer. This could kill Manx when it registers.
When it registers, mate. What the fuck? Look how laggy it is. The hit didn't even spawn. We can't do this today.
Okay, good video. F1. Oh, I was this before. That's pretty crazy. Dude, they even bait the dog with this like weird bot at the back. Come on, man. Dude, why you gotta bait it like that, dude? What is this?
This is the climax of the opening car chase in No Time to Die. To pull this off with hardly any CGI, the Bond crew had to figure out how to imitate bullet impacts, and then line each one up with the car's prop machine guns.
I think the beauty of this sequence is it is probably 95% for real.
And that's just one element of an opening sequence that involved 10 versions of the Aston Martin, hundreds of fake bullets, and 8,400 gallons of soda. Here's how they did it.
Spoilers.
As soon
as
as Cary Fukunaga
a year
found
ago.
Matera, Italy, he
Like
knew the
3 years ago.
claustrophobic paths and steep slopes were the perfect place to put 007 in peril.
We went out to Matera probably 13, 14 times, finding locations,
2 months
dreaming
ago.
up ideas.
That's Chris Corbold, special effects and car supervisor.
Guys, my fault. Guys, if I didn't know this was 2 months ago, it's not 2 years. The movies all look the fucking same. I don't know how they do it. It's always a remote European location next to the sea with cars and It's always the same fucking thing,
for
dude.
No Time to Die.
How am I supposed to know it's another movie?
Has overseen tank chases and record-shattering explosions for the Bond franchise, this shoot presented a surprising challenge: cobblestone streets. Matera's ancient streets weren't suitable for vehicles going 80 miles per hour. While beautiful, the roads were also slippery.
They have
less
so many
traction
cameras,
compared to
so much
modern
good shit, right?
asphalt road.
Yet they spam cuts. Yes, I've noticed this, chat. They have so many cool equipment and so much cool technology. They just spam cut like nuts.
So stunt coordinator Lee Morrison came up with an unusual solution: soda. He sprayed 8,400 gallons of sugary soda on the cobblestone. Once dried, the sugar made the surface extremely sticky, giving the tires much better grip. The drivers could then make sharp turns, drift, and go up narrow corridors.
I was skeptical at first myself about it, but when I saw it, it absolutely paid dividends.
Once the roads were suitable for driving, Bond could ride on a motorcycle and execute a daring jump to reach the town square. The memorable moment was done without a green screen. Craig's stunt double had to jump a 25-foot ramp going exactly 60 miles per hour and then drop down 12 feet onto the road above.
That's pretty crazy, though.
Added this arch as a clever VFX cover. After 4 takes, they had the shot they needed.
That's pretty
cool.
cool.
The next part of the chase sees Bond hop in his Aston Martin. But the crew couldn't use just one car for this. They alternated between 10 versions depending on the shot. 2 of them were the real version used for beauty shots. The rest were replicas. 2 had driving pods on the roof, so a stunt driver could drive at high speeds while the cameras captured Daniel Craig.
That's so lame! What the fuck is that, dude? What the fuck is that?
And 2 had all the gadgets built into them. One such gadget was the mine dispenser, which Bond activates here, causing this black car to
lame, just, I don't know.
In reality, those mines were made with rubber, and these simulated explosions were electrical charges set to go off as the car drove over them.
It looks dope, but I don't know.
The flip provided another issue. Because the car was going so fast, it couldn't be attached.
I just thought it was gonna be a stunt double. That's it. Just a stunt double driving the car, and it's still the same thing. But I know somebody was on top of the car entirely.
Point. So cables, which were usually effective, weren't an option. So the crew needed a different approach to flip the car without losing speed. They placed a nitrogen cannon facing down under the driver's side. When activated with the push of a button, it lifted the car into the air.
The stunt coordinator wanted to keep it a bit more realistic and have it look like it was just lifting up onto its side.
But a dangerous stunt like this meant they had to protect not only the stunt driver, but also the city's old buildings.
Some of those buildings, they were 1,000 years old, and Bond has a history and prides themselves on not damaging anywhere they go.
So they padded the buildings with protective concrete barriers, dressed up by the art department to look just like the existing architecture. This layer of protection was especially crucial for one of the sequence's biggest moments, where Bond does a full donut in the DB5 while firing the car's headlight machine guns.
The mechanics of the revolving ones gave us a huge amount of firepower for bullet impacts.
Each bullet impact had to be synchronized with the exact spot the guns were pointing. The effects team couldn't be off by even a second or they'd risk ruining the illusion. First, they used a line lock on the car's brakes, which helped keep the donuts consistent for each take. The stunt car's hydraulic handbrake locked off the car's left front wheel. Once the driver released the brake, the car could spin on its own.
It's almost like a pivot, so when you press the throttle to the floor, you're actually pivoting around that wheel that's locked off.
Yeah, couldn't you just sit in prone position and just shoot the car or the driver? Because you wouldn't be able to get shot by this because it's all the same angle.
The car also had to move in sync with the gunfire.
We had a line where we knew the guns were lined up, and we knew that it took 1.5 seconds to get from there to the next segment.
So Corbold planted squibs simulating bullet impacts all around the square. Each of these was attached to a firing box. Because they were set to an automated timer, the devices would fire only when perfectly lined up where the guns pointed. Meanwhile, the stunts and effects team had to ensure the safety of the actors and stunt drivers. Right before going into donut mode, Craig and Léa Seydoux had to be seen from the inside of the car as the DB5 got shot up. So Corbold fired about 200 pellets at the windows. Each fake bullet created a bullet hole-like shape before shattering. And the car's windows were layered with a strong plastic called polycarbonate.
It would break the glass.
Cool though. I like the videos. They show a lot of movies a lot.
Plastic.
While that was happening, a crew member vibrated the car in sync with each impact. Finally, there was the Connery-era smoke screen, which Bond employs to make a getaway. The screen needed to let off way more smoke than an actual
vibrator
car. So Corbold took off the car's exhaust and replaced it with injectors used to make smoke effects in movies.
We're using the heat coming out of the engine to make the smoke in the exhaust.
Funnily enough, these final shots of Bond and Madeline speeding away were filmed before any of the preceding action was shot.
The last thing we wanted to do was lose one of our cars in the first part of the sequence because you never know how many you're going to use up.
So they ended up faking the damage. First, the crew put vinyl wraps on the car and scratched them up. Then a mixture of glue, glitter, and glass shards created the illusion of bullet holes.
If you got really up close to them, you could probably see that they weren't real, but
the speed they were going at,
they held up perfectly.
It's like
all of this work was done for just the beginning of the movie, showing just a sliver of how much thought goes into a James Bond stunt. And how much soda, too.
I'm sorry, I love you guys, but sometimes some of the scenes that you guys link are just not... Well, I'm not trying to be mean. Dude. You know what means? Oh, you try your best? I'm sorry, man. You know what, dude? Chat, you have really good links sometimes. Even if it's just for the day. Joy, your stay outside the sun is shining.